Greetings and blessings from the Cosmic Supreme House of Ra. Thank you for being here with me. These episodes are overlighted by the Andromedan High Council of Cosmic Light Supreme. And welcome to each episode as we seek to decipher the ethics, the essence, and the etymology of the cosmology of the ancient Kemetic Egyptian spirituality to comprehend the cohesive, conducive, and conductive nature of life through the induction of the existential energy of experience for the ever-ascending pyramid consciousness and the expansion of life itself. Welcome to the second episode, where we will seek to learn the secret name of God Ra that has been revealed to Goddess Isis. If you'd like to know more about the Andromedan High Council of Cosmic Light Supreme and the purpose of their cosmic presence upon our world at this point of time, I invite you to watch the first introductory episode, where we also discuss a little bit of the background of the ancient gods, goddesses of Egypt as a part of the divine plan of Andromedan, Council of Light Supreme as a divine plan of the higher realms of cosmic intelligence, cosmic divine love, and their role 5 to 10,000 years ago for the evolution and expansion of our planetary and humanity's consciousness. Goddess Isis enfolds you with her cosmic rays of cosmic love at this hour as we focus our attention upon the essence of the story, the mythology, with the name of God Ra and the power behind it. And so in this episode, we will together unravel the secret name of God Ra. We will take a hermeneutic approach to the mythology rather than focusing upon the whole kit and caboodle of the narrative of she said this, he said that, this was this for this, because we do understand that perception of the narratives of mythology or parables is limited to the consciousness of the collective upon a particular period of time. Meaning, while time is non-linear and time is a tool that we use for our own contextual reality upon this plane of existence, however, as the nature of the ever-expanding consciousness, we understand that the perception of a certain era, of a certain civilization, is also subjected to the collective consciousness, the degree, the frequency of the collective consciousness of that era. And speaking of non-linearity of time, if goddess Isis was able to attain that power through the secret name of God Ra, well, we all can achieve this power for time, since it is non-linear when it comes to the frequency of soul consciousness. So as we tap into what we'd consider as ancient, it is and can be very much be applicable in its here and now moment. If we do a quick Google summary, a Google AI summary of the narrative of what happened behind, well, we will be able to see a conclusive story narrative behind the secret name. So I will read an extract from here, which is a Google summary. Thereby we will be able to break it down as per a common ground of the narrative. So this Google summary, it is a complete summary from various sources, and therefore the commonality will give us a point of reference. It says, in Egyptian mythology, Isis, a master sorceress, tricks the elder sun god Ra into revealing his secret name, which holds the key to his immense power. By creating a venomous snake from his saliva, she forces him to disclose it in exchange for healing. Knowing this name makes Isis equal in power to Ra, establishing her as the mistress of the gods. Well, as mentioned, we will not be focusing on the whole kit and caboodle. Rather, we will be taking an approach, a hermeneutic approach of interpreting what exactly is in the power of the name. Well, the power of the name goes back to the soul frequency, the energetic soul frequency of each own being and as the collective. For we are all, if we remember from the episode 1, we are each a God spark, a God particle, an illuminating sun's presence that is infinitely expanding to achieve its ever expanding infinite potential. And as we know, the consciousness of beloved God Ra's ever expanding illuminating sun's light, which we discussed in the first episode, and that was, we concluded, as the potentiality of our each own being. And therefore, if he is capable of holding this immense power, and therefore beloved goddess Isis sought to have or acquire this immense power, then the commonality is that the key and the lock is still the right fit to be able to unlock the powers, meaning the components are part of a whole. Meaning, if she's able to exercise this power, that means she already has had the potential to exercise this power through the comprehension, through the knowing of this power or this name. Meaning, she already had the seed or the potential or the fertile ground to embody this power, to acquire this power. Meaning, we each all have the capacity to embody it through our comprehension and through our clear knowing. And when it comes to clear knowing, the clear knowing is also true ownership of our each own essence. And so in this statement that we see as the key to his immense power, by creating a snake, a venomous snake, from his own saliva. And so the narrative, it states the trick that was used is that Isis collected his spit, mixed it with earth, and formed a magical serpent that bit him, causing him great pain. Yet it is also understood that this venom was incurable by other gods, and that she offered to heal Ra on the condition that he reveal his true hidden name. The result was that Ra passed his secret name to Isis, allowing her to command the poison to leave his body. In this, we can break this down into three main components. The aspect where she understands that she can acquire this power, which we have covered, that means there is this great understanding and a knowing that she also is a potential to exercise this power. She has the potential to exercise this power. Yet we also understand that she was able to create the poison, and also she had the antidote to the poison. Well, when we think of our each own energetic essence, our own energetic power, energy is power, depending on how we use it. This speaks of one's energetic signature, and also the commonality to be able to exercise or control or manipulate. The other component is the antidote that always is from this self. And so the commonality, we will focus on it, is that as the God spark, we are given this life force. And the life force is also the energetic essence and the energetic signature of our each own being. People speak of people stealing others' destiny or others' energetic signature, or to cloak behind others' energy. Well, as we all know, this kind of manipulation does not last in the long term, and in fact the manipulators always takes a mighty leap back upon the elevation or the ascension of one's frequency by the harnessing of other people's energy to use for one's each own selfish gains. We also understand that, however, when we are each own grounded in our own energy, we are able to bring forth manifestations or bring forth the expressions of our true purpose upon this life when we are grounded, meaning when we are contained within our own energy. And therefore, when it comes to the energetic signature, the true essence that one seeks to expand is also the life purpose, the soul destiny of exploring, polishing, expanding, creating one's own niche to where the soul already on the higher scheme of things has the potential to arrive where it is ultimately a lock and key situation. It is important upon our part of elevation, upon our part of ascension, to hold on to our power by realizing our each own unique essence. One cannot seek to expand without knowing what one is expanding. Meaning, if you wish to create a life that is aligned with your purpose, you ought to know your purpose. If you wish to create a home, let's say, a tangible home, it has to come into your visual periphery first to be able to manifest or to create even the foundational structure. When we focus within ourselves, we are able to know ourselves, to be able to work with our higher guidance, and therefore bring it into visualization and bring forth that into manifestation, which always works because we are then a pure, well-oiled machine or in alignment. However, upon this path, with all the noise that is going on, and now at this point of our life, it is indeed a global village where the noise is even greater from various social network platforms, the news, the media, where culture is celebrated and exchanged. However, so is the noise. And therefore, we tend to accumulate certain dogmatic and ideologies from our own community, from our own experience with the community, and from the world at large. And therefore, it takes great perseverance and great discipline to continue to focus, hold steady within, in spite of all the noise, without absorbing such conditionings, while focusing on allowing the true essence to bloom. And this is when we know ourselves and we have the courage to bring forth our true essence by cultivating a unique path, our each own unique path, our each own unique signature. And therefore, if you give away your energy, your life force by embodying a certain frequency that is not your true self essence, it ultimately means that you have given your true life force, your power away to something that perhaps from the outside looking in has nothing to do with your own path of expansion. And when we speak of the component of the commonality, the name has always and will always be the I Am presence within each of us. It is actually not a secret. It has always been an open secret, meaning it is open to those who are seeking to know the true essence. Beyond one's own energetic signature, the true essence that lies within each of us is the God spark that has the infinite potential to expand to the greatest heights of an illuminating sun's presence And therefore, this particular name, the not so secret name that was revealed to Isis, is the I Am. Well, the I Am can have a different word or a different, as per each language, as per each linguistic, the I Am can mean different in different languages, but the context remains the same. It is the true essence of one's being, the I Am presence that is greater than the human consciousness, than the human mind that operates on the level of physicality. That I Am that has the infinite capacity to be able to expand, to be able to manifest the divine intelligence. And so when we claim this name, I Am, infinite power, cosmic power, I Am, infinite cosmic intelligence. Look at how expansive this is. And the claiming of this is the claiming of one's each own spiritual birthright. And therefore, however, this story seems to have been rung in the limitations of human consciousness at that point of time when this mythology was brought forth, we understand that goddess Isis, when she claimed this power, meaning when she claimed the essence of the I Am, because God Ra, his true power is through the expansion of his I Am presence, the I Am presence that is within each of us. His ever expanding consciousness, the power, is also the potentiality, the seed that is within each of us, and therefore Goddess Isis was able to exercise this power only because she also contained the lock within herself, that the key is the knowingness, the comprehension, and the claiming of it, that I too, I am an infinite part of the universe, having the same infinite potential, the infinite component, the infinite material to build this infinite consciousness. And so the secret name that we just nonchalantly have discussed in this here and now moment is to be taken quite seriously, literally, figuratively, in every sense of the word. Every time we claim our I am presence, the I am presence, meaning we are claiming our own existence. I am infinite existence. I am an infinite immortal being. For where does consciousness goes, when we leave this physical plane, it does exist. Energy that we each contain, that we each build, that we each harness, energy, even as science has proved, energy can never be destroyed, can only be transformed or transmuted. And therefore, the life force, the energy that we carry, still exists on other dimensions, even if we leave the physical body, meaning we are ever expanding the consciousness in the knowing, through the claiming, through the ownership. Because none can claim what you truly are for you. We each have to claim it in our each own understanding, comprehension, and knowing, utilizing our free will. And therefore, the secret name unlocks the power to our each own immortality or infiniteness, or the highest potential that is ever expanding. The potential in itself is ever expanding. So imagine we are limitless beings. So the third component in this narrative is that she exercised the power that she acquired to cure him, meaning the cure that she had for him was also from the extraction of his own saliva. Meaning, if we give our power away to fulfill our soul purpose, our soul destiny, we have to call back our each own power. Meaning, the antidote and the poison is also within each of us. If we give our power willfully away, knowingly, unknowingly, we are also allowing ourselves to be poisoned. However, the cure to this poison is through our each own willpower to claim it back. Meaning Goddess Isis, if she had used her own saliva, it would not have cured God Ra. Meaning that her essence is hers. It will not work upon another, just as God Ra's cure was from his own essence, his own saliva. Meaning you are your own cure. You are your own poison, you are your own cure. It is time for each of us to take accountability of our path. And I understand upon this path of ascension of spirituality, we don't have it easy. At this point of time in our consciousness, we don't have it easy. There's trials and tribulations and venomous snakes all scrawled upon our path. However, it is also up to each of us to know that we are infinitely powerful, and therefore it is up to us whether we can protect ourselves through claiming our true essence, our true infinite power, life that has been bestowed to us, that is a connection to all the cosmos of all that is. As infinite creator beings, we have the power. Whether we allow the snake, the venomous, not all snakes are venomous in the context of spirituality. And we also understand, speaking of snakes, we also understand the snake, which is also a reference to Kundalini energy. The energy in rising, in the ascension of our consciousness, always rises from the bottom to the top. However, the bottom, if we focus on even our own energetic center, is the root, the grounding and the stability. However, the grounding and the stability upon this earthly plane is also through the comprehension of the higher chakras, meaning the higher consciousness. So this works in tandem. And the snake is the shedding of the layers that is truly not our essence, the layer of the conditionality of the outer external world. And therefore it is in our power whether we allow the snakes to claim our power, to take away our power. Yet if we have given away our power, we also are our each own cure, that we have the power to claim our power back. We have the power to claim our power back. Meaning power is infinite. It is just a question, a matter of how are we segregating, or how have we allowed the segregation or the defragmentation or the fragmentation process of our soul. Meaning we are ever expanding. Is there any energetic leakage? Is there any leakage that where we have given our power away that shakes the foundation of our essence? Because it is only when the foundation is secure in the knowingness of who we are that we are able to continue to ascend higher. And in the ascension, we understand the strength. For the pyramid consciousness, it is triangular in shape. The triangle, the nature of it, the energy converges, and therefore it is indestructible. However, the bottom component, the knowingness, is within each of our own understanding, knowingness, knowing oneself, one's true energetic essence. And so, in conclusion, there is two aspects. One is knowing our infinite potentiality that exists, that we exist in this whole cosmos. At the same time, the beauty of life is that we each are a creator being here to master our each own energetic signature. And speaking of energetic signature, I will list out 4 importance of really owning and developing one's energetic signature. If I were to meditate in this instant, in this moment, if Goddess Isis were to connect with me, our point of communication is knowing her energetic essence. If, in our physicality, if your father, your mother, one of your close relatives comes to you in your sleep or while you're sleeping, when you have your eyes closed, you can still sense it, know it, who is who. That is because our mind has perceived and formed a conclusion of the physical, energetic essence of that particular person. And in the truer sense of our soul energetic essence, even if people seem to steal our energetic signature, they cannot cloak it, they cannot cloak themselves with this in the higher realms where everything is seen through the all-seeing eye, through the true knowingness of the sight, the divine eye. And therefore, people can cloak energetic signatures to get ahead in life using another's energetic signature. But however, these things don't last because the foundation is not a true foundation. So all that is of not the truth shall always crumble and the truth shall always prevail. And therefore, building one's energetic signature allows you to have your unique presence upon this entire cosmos, that any being that you connect to is able to tap in and know it's you, like your own fingerprint upon the cosmic data of life. Through the mastery of your soul urges, your soul expression, you will be able to connect more with your spirit guides, or with your divine ancestors, or with your guardian angels. Just as I close my eyes and I know that Archangel Michael is here, or Archangel Gabriel is here, or one of the Ascended Masters, I know because I'm able to tap into their energetic signature, which is unique to their each own individualized I am presence. And so this helps in developing our spiritual forte, our spiritual essence. And as we know, everything is spiritual, and what happens in the spiritual realm is manifested in the physical. The physicality is a manifestation of our spiritual energies ultimately. And therefore, it just not helps upon your own spiritual progression, but it also helps in our each own everyday life. Meaning, there are certain examples, certain vocalists, certain singers who are recognized immediately by the tone or the intonation or the frequency of their vocals because they've developed it. But if we listen to any nowadays AI generated music, AI generated songs, the vocals, it is so generic, the keyword here generic, that we don't know, or we are not able to identify it with an individual. Similarly, the term cookie cutter, if we are all cookie cutters, then we all start to look the same. We won't have the impact of our energy to manifest it, to manifest the life of each own's unique purpose in life. People also remember, there's greater recollection or greater remembrance of another person through the uniqueness. If all looks the same, then we have a hard time identifying, just as what is going on in the external appearances of the world today, the so-called trending. If everything trends, then what is the uniqueness if everything is trending? Or if a particular thing is trending and everybody is following it, then what is the uniqueness of it? There is no recollection or a remembrance. Trends come and trends go, but classic is classic. These are all analogies that I'm bringing in here, but we are always assisted upon our path if we remain true to our essence. We are always assisted by the highest cosmic divine intelligence, by the universe, by God, by spirit, however you may associate yourself with a term. But we each carry the Creator's spark, and it is up to each of us whether we wish to hone it, have the courage to hone it, have the courage to own it. Honing it and owning it. And so I thank you for your time. I wish you a magical path of exercising your each unique essence, of honing it, polishing it, and truly owning it, and then claiming it, and then expanding it. Expanding it to the point where your each own energetic signature is the pinnacle of the truth of your being. That we will each stand at our each own pyramid, the highest timeline. Shout out to the world, in the cosmic realms of our ownership, and therefore building a cohesive network of powerful creator, individualized beings of the I Am Presence that is an alignment of the highest infinite potential of life. Thank you. Peace and blessings. I will see you in the next episode. If you're guided to watch, I thank you. I love you. I bless you. Bye.